Hello, Journey Youth Middle Schoolers. It's your boy, Brandon. Hope you guys have had a fantastic week. And really quick, I do want to apologize that last week we did not have a middle school sermon vlog. We had one recorded, but just stuff happened where we sadly were not able to get it uploaded in time. With that, we weren't able to be here for me to introduce you to my new friend, George. Say hello, George. One more time. Come on, you can do better than that. Say hello, George. Anxiety. Awesome, beautiful. And so as you see, I'm kind of using a slightly different camera for a, different vibe. I'm
here in the Journey recording studio video place baby.
And guys, we have some fun things coming up. We have our summer hangouts coming up, such as pool parties, chill and grills, and I have a big announcement for you guys. Drum roll, please. Middle school services are coming back July 5th. That's next Sunday.
I am so excited.
Make sure you guys are there. I've missed seeing your guys' faces. This essentially, I think, means that this is the last middle school sermon vlog. I hope you guys have been enjoying them. They've been a lot of fun to make, and I hope you guys have been able to hopefully learn a lot. This is honestly going to be something that we can kind of look back on in the future. So I am so excited to see you guys.
It's about to be lit.
All right, now, time for the lesson. So, for those of you who are watching this video, I have a question. What is your favorite holiday? Do you have a favorite holiday? Christmas, Halloween, Easter, Thanksgiving, they're all pretty fun and awesome holidays. I'd say my two main favorites would possibly be, I think number one is Christmas. Like, whose favorite holiday isn't Christmas? Come on. And my second one is Thanksgiving. And the main reason I love being able to just sit there and be in a state of thankfulness. I'm big on being appreciative of what we have and who's around, being appreciative of the people around us. And I just like food. This food is pretty darn yummy. But the main reason of that we have Thanksgiving is to be in a state of thankfulness, be in a state of gratefulness, put you in a state of giving thanks. And currently we're in June, so we're kind of a ways away from Thanksgiving. But today I do want to talk about being thankful and grateful. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of George really quick. So the reason I'm talking about thankfulness and gratefulness has to do with our big idea today. Our big idea today is that one of the most powerful things you can say in the human experience is thank you, God. And that's so true. This matters. This is something that matters. We're in the This Matters series. And this matters. One of the most powerful things you can say in the human experience is thank you, God. And there's something I want to kind of go over really quick about thanking God in the book of Luke. In Luke chapter 17, there's an account of 10 lepers. And if you don't know what leprosy is, back in biblical times, it was skin diseases of various kinds, and it was highly contagious. Like, if you have leprosy, you gotta keep your social distancing game to the T, like, to the top.
Top tier social distancing.
Because it was so contagious, they really couldn't be that close to people, so they had to stay at a distance because they didn't want to infect them. And some countries actually still have leprosy, but it's nowhere near as big of a problem as it used to be. Back in biblical times, you saw leprosy quite a bit. But we're gonna be reading out of Luke chapter 17, verses 11 through 19. It says, "On the way to Jerusalem, he was passing along between Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered a village, he was met by 10 lepers who stood at a distance and lifted up their voices, saying, 'Jesus, Master, have mercy on us.' When he saw them, he said to them, 'Go and show yourselves to the priest.' And as they went, they were cleansed. Then one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice. And he fell on his face at Jesus' feet, giving him thanks. Now he was a Samaritan. Then Jesus answered, 'Were not 10 cleansed? Where are the other 9? Was no one found to return and give praise to God except this foreigner?' And he said to him, 'Rise and go your way. Your faith has made you well.'" And I think that's an awesome story, but there's something I really want to point out quick. In verse 14, it shows that they haven't yet been healed. It says, as they went, they were cleansed. So keeping that in mind, let's reread verses 15 through 19. It says, "Then one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice. And when he fell on his face at Jesus' feet, giving him thanks. Now he was a Samaritan. Then Jesus answered, 'Were 10 not cleansed? Where are the 9? Was no one found to return and give praise to God except this foreigner?' And he said to him, 'Rise and go your way. Your faith has made you well.'" And that word well that's used has nothing to do with the skin-eating disease, but it has everything to do with his soul. So Jesus is now telling the one Samaritan, the foreigner, I don't know where the other 9 are, but I'm glad you came back. Not only is your skin healed, your soul is healed. And in this moment, I think Jesus is telling us something that matters. He's telling us that gratefulness is important. See, normally what you would expect Jesus to say, according to the church, is, "Young man, did you do what I told you?" Because, remember, he told him to go find the priest.
And it's like, yeah, mostly.
"Did you find a priest?" He's like,
"Well, no, because I looked down and I saw I was healed and I just wanted to thank you."
Jesus says, "Where are the other 9?
They're doing what you told them."
He says. In this account, who do we relate more with? Do we relate more with that foreigner who came back to thank God? Or are we people who just want to stay faithful to the rules? Personally, I fear I might relate more with the 9. Doing what Jesus told me to do, following the rules, and being obedient. I wouldn't technically be doing anything wrong because I'm doing what he said to do. Jesus says, "The only one who doesn't understand the law came back. My own people don't see me for who I am." You see, Luke's audience in the book of Luke is Jewish. He wrote with them in mind. This is his audience. No doubt Luke is talking to the other 9 through the story, saying to them, "You missed the point. You forgot what mattered most. You missed the arrival of your Messiah." And for those of you who don't know, in Jewish beliefs, they're still kind of waiting for their Messiah to come. But we believe as Christians that Jesus was that Messiah. Jesus was the one who was prophesied back in the Old Testament. But Luke's trying to make it clear that they missed it. But they were just trying to be faithful. And I think that the 9 relates to us very much. Much of our relationship with God is oriented this way. I'll be faithful, I'll follow through.
Things with me and God are gonna be good.
So then we end up kind of concluding that the thing that matters most in our relationship with God is following the rules. And as you see, I just completely switched up both the camera and what I look like, just like that.
Magical powers.
In all seriousness, as I was editing, I saw that the camera that I used sadly did not record everything. So now I'm here to conclude it for you. So what's the point of this whole thing? Am I telling you that following the rules and being faithful to God is wrong? No, that's like I said, that's what I try to do. Being faithful is important, but so is being grateful. We see with the Samaritan, there's almost like this childlike awe at what God did for him. We don't quite see this from the other 9. So my question for you was, when was the last time you had that childlike awe? In pure amazement, thank God for everything that he's done for you in your life. Faithfulness matters, but so does gratefulness. So at the end of this video, I challenge you, take some time to thank God. I mean, he is the all-powerful. He is the creator. He's worthy. That's all I have for you guys today. Faithfulness matters, but so does gratefulness. Take time this week to be grateful to God and have that childlike awe towards him. I love you guys, and I'll see you July 5th.